Hey everyone, Evan Jones with you here on the RPAC Rundown Podcast. Another great pod this week. Senior Anikka Nelms of Southwest will join us to chat about the upcoming volleyball season and her senior year for the Rough Riders. Be sure to check out rpacrundown.com and our social media pages for all kinds of content. Of course, the RPAC Rundown Podcast is brought to you by a bunch of great sponsors like Arapahoe Rehab and Fitness, Cambridge Supermarket, Webb's Oilfield Service, Cambridge Rehab and Fitness, Onyx Native, and C+. We'll take a break. Be right back. So, Anikka, let's just begin with the summer stuff. We don't have to jump right into the school year. It's coming up soon, but I'm sure you're enjoying summer. What have you been up to so far this summer, Anikka?
I've been to a lot of camps so far, whether that's team camps, school camps, or even college camps. I've done a lot of, I've had a lot of work, spent a lot of time with friends. It's been a great summer so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now let's dive into your senior year coming up soon. You're going to be a senior. What has you most excited about your senior year coming up?
I am actually super excited for my senior year. I'm very excited to get back on the court. I'm super excited to take up a leadership role, and I'm really, really excited to see my friends again and just spend a lot of time
Yeah.
with my friends.
That's awesome. So obviously volleyball season coming right up, camp throughout July and maybe a little teamwork in June and stuff. But how have those activities been going so far for you and the team?
So far, we have not had a team camp yet. That is coming up on this Friday, and I'm super excited to see how we all work together as we've had some like practices and stuff, but that doesn't really show you how it's going to go. Like you see people individually, but you haven't seen like all of us working together. I'm super excited to see how it goes and how we all work together on Friday and Saturday.
That's awesome. Now, obviously, high expectations, a lot of returning players. You did lose some great players, obviously, from the squad last year, but there's some high expectations for the season. How do you stay focused on the day to day, not looking ahead too much?
Yes, I feel like a lot of us have taken account the high expectations and sometimes maybe even the doubt because we did lose a lot of people. And I think that drives like a lot of us on the table. I know it drives me, and I'm assuming it drives a lot of my teammates to like work hard and be better. And like, even though we do have a new team, I think that we all still have like the same goals, and that's to have a great season and end up making it to state. And I think that really helps us like stay focused and like get ready for the season.
No, that's great. Absolutely. Now, obviously, talent is super important, but you got to have great team chemistry. Volleyball is one of those sports. Everyone's got to be in the right place at the right time. How do you girls develop chemistry both on and off the court?
Yeah, so a lot of us actually haven't really played together on the same court since junior high, since we've had like such good upperclassmen and stuff. So we have spent a lot of the time in the gym, just like lifting weights, like open gym after that. And all hang out like outside of sports as well. So I feel like that really just helps us, like build chemistry and just like getting the reps together. And yeah, that's how we build.
Great. Now, you mentioned it early. You're going to be a senior. Now, there's more leadership. That's just something that's going to be put on your plate, being a senior and having to do some of that. How comfortable are you in that role? And what are some of the things maybe you're able to do in the off season to maybe develop some more leadership skills?
Yeah, so we've had very good like leadership. Like our senior last years were very good leaders, and I've really taken it from my like one of my friend Allison. She was a great leader, and she really just tried to include everybody and um, make sure everybody shows up. And I've taken that in, and I'm really hoping that my leadership comes through and people think I'm a good leader, and just like cheering on my teammates no matter what, and like having patience because I mean, that's no like, we have not played together, like, so I just have to have a lot of patience and really encourage everyone younger than me to show up and try their hardest, and I hope that's enough.
And obviously, last year you dealt with some injuries throughout your junior year. How has that process been, and what have you learned throughout that process of being injured?
Yeah, so coming up into my junior year, I really thought that was gonna, like, be one of my years and have a really good season, and unfortunately, that kinda ended short, and I've kinda had a tough time. I've had to grow as a person and individually and even as a player, and I really just had the mindset, the comeback is better than the setback, and I'm really hoping that the work I've put in from, like, not even, like, losing all my leg muscle, losing my vertical, losing my maxes, I really hope all of like the work I've put in as like a person, as a player, really I come back as a better player or even like as good or even better. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, Anikka, thanks a bunch for making some time for us. We look forward to watching you compete this year, okay?
Yeah, thank you. And Row Riders.
That will do it for this week's episode of the podcast. Big thanks to Anikka Nelms for joining us this week. We continue to have some great content on our website at rpacrundown.com, anything from our free content and also on RPAC Rundown Overtime. Of course, you got to have a subscription to view that content, $3 per month plus tax or $30 per year plus tax. A lot of great things on there right now, too. Of course, the RPAC Rundown podcast is brought to you by a bunch of great sponsors like JBK Operating LLC, Scouts Recreation, Cross Diamond Cattle Company, Tri Valley Medical Foundation, and Prairie Girl Candle Company. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We will catch you later.